Hello again. Good morning. Welcome to another Oy'Nissh vlog. Earlier on, I was foraging for wild garlic in Musselburgh. This is in preparation for making a bread, a spring bread or spring salad using wild garlic, but also wild leek seeds that are collected in Little France, Edinburgh. Now, on my way out, I came across this patch that has ground elder. Now, normally during this time of the year, I don't bother to eat ground elder because the leaves are a bit coarse. So, to my surprise, I was able to stumble upon nice tender leaves that are ideal early spring. As in previous videos I did foraging for for ground elder leaves, early ground elder leaves or pre-spring ground elder leaves in Newington, East Lothian, but also in Musselburgh. So I'm currently in Musselburgh. But to my surprise, though most of the ground elder are a bit grown now, I can still identify these edible leaves. Well, I guess even the coarser ones are edible, but they're coarse and maybe not that comfortable eating, especially raw. But the early spring ground elder plant is very tender and flavorsome, but also it's a lot more greener. It's got a darker green than the rest of the plant, and it's easily to identify. So that's how I was able to identify few plants with that just now, and I'm going to just forage for some, and I might just throw that in the mix. I don't know how I'm going to use it to make bread with the other ingredients that I've got, but it's nice to have stumbled upon it. So I'm going to let you have a look, and I'm going to forage for some. So as you can see, this place is covered with ground elder. So what you're looking at now is ground elder, yes? As you can see, the leaf is very thin, coarse too. It's difficult for you to probably see. You'd have to come and feel it yourself. It's quite coarse. I guess it's still edible if you blend it up, but what you want is the little gems. Well, I call them gems. I don't know why I call it gems, but I just believe it's one of those stuff that's it's probably rare at this time. So when you do find them, it's like finding gemstones, and they are very tasty. As you can see, all these are coarse ground elder plants, but what you want to look for is something like this. You notice the difference. So let me see if my finger is there. Yes, so this is the coarse ground elder leaf. It's matured now, and this is the little gem. I call it little gem. I don't know, maybe I'll have to give it a specific term. So this is the gem, the ground elder gem. So yeah, ground elder gem or the nutritionist gem or dietitian gem, whatever, something healthy. I just think it's nice to give it something healthy. But as you can see, there's a contrast between the color. So you've got this green and you've got this nice tender looking plant. Look how young it is. Let's see if we can identify some more. So I call it little gem or dietitian gem or nutritionist gem. Sorry, I'm a bit weird like that, but I just think it's nice to have this having its own name to identify it during May. And please note, this is May, right? So we are in the second week in May, so I'm expecting the ground elder to be all coarse and all that, but as I said, I can still identify little gems, yeah, or dietitian gems or nutritionist gems. Sorry, I'm just give it weird names. What am I like? See it? Let's see if we can find more. And it's so nice because you can just eat it like that, you know. Obviously you still have to wash them. Everything you have to wash when you go foraging, but I'm saying after washing it, you can just eat it like that without. There we go. As you can see, the contrast in colors. It seemed to have a lighter green. As you can see, the contrast. So this is the little gem, and this is the ground elder, the coarse ground elder, the more mature leaves. Even though it rains, you can still identify the colors. Look at the contrast. You can tell. Little gem, coarse ground elder. So this is the little gem, or the nutritionist gem, or dietitian gem. Okay. Here we go again. Here's another one. You can see the contrast, yes? This is the mature coarse one, and this is the fresh green one coming up. Let's see if we can. There are quite a few actually. I'm surprised. I mean, you can tell. Even amid all this, look, if you pop this away, here it is. The little gem, the dietitian gem. There you go. You can tell. They just stand out. So the top ones are the dietitian gems, and below are the coarser ground elder. The ones that have been matured. See, little gem, dietitian gem rather. I love that name, dietitian gem. As you can see, as you can see, that we've got an additional blessing here today, in that, coming for wild garlic, I've now stumbled upon ground elder, nice tender leaves, with nice tender leaves, which are called little gem or dietitian gem. Just give it a name, dietitian gem. So for me, it's a privilege to have this additional ingredient, and I'll find something to do with the dietitian gem. So let's see. If I can forage for some, I'm just going to turn the camera around so you can see. Okay, so here's my container. And I doubt at this point I will be needing a scissor, because the dietitian gems are quite easy to pick. Look how easy it is. You just nip, because they're so tender. You just nip the stem. You don't even have to use the scissors. You just use a finger and pluck it. Look how shiny it is. That's how you know. But you wash everything, as I said. It's imperative. Just like farmed food, farmed products, farmed vegetables and fruits, you just have to wash them. It's recommended, and it should just be common sense, you know. I'm sure you have foragers like myself, for demonstration, would pick a little of this and taste it on the camera, but it's not the general rule that you're going to eat the entire container full with plants without washing it. So here again, little gem, you see, dietitian gem. Let's see. Maybe the idea is not to mix this with the wild leek seeds. Maybe it's to create an entirely different product. If I'm going to make salad with the wild leek seeds, maybe what I need to do is to make a separate one with the ground elder, or the dietitian gem. Sorry, dietitian, don't kill me. I'm that crazy. Just bear with me. There we go. And that's the thing. I thought they were difficult to identify, but they're so easy to identify. They just look a lot fresher and shinier. Here's another one. You can just pick them out of the rest of the ground elder. They're smaller and shinier. I think it's the sheen that they've got at this stage that gives them the advantage in terms of finding them. There we go. Maybe there's some science behind it that the older the leaves are, the more chlorophyll they've got, so they appear a lot greener. And obviously the hardness have to do with maturity. The dietitian gems don't have that time to reach that stage, and certainly not some of these, because I'll be eating them. So that's that. There you go. And it's the smell. They have this nice healthy smell. It's as if you're planning to go on diet and you're looking for nice organic healthy stuff, and voila, dietitian gems. And you're like, what? And then the dietitians are going to kill me. You know what it's like. It's like, who is that guy, this forager, mixing up our name in food? Well, pretty much you're a foodie yourself, nutritionist too. Big up to all the dietitians and nutritionists. Great work in keeping humanity healthy and yourself. Look after your mental health though. We all get stressed out. So here we go. And they're so easy to harvest. I just like, look at that. They're so easy to harvest. Let me see. So I'm going to see if I can walk further into bush and pick some more while chatting with you. So I know the ideal for humanity is farmed fresh produce, seasonal produce. Maybe because it's a lot. No, it's not cheaper, but you can produce a lot more to feed a population of over 68 million in the UK. Foraging alone won't be sufficient to supply the food needed to feed such a large population, but it's still, I think it's still a good thing for people living near, let's see if I can find more, near areas that have great foraging potential, especially near woodlands, away from cities, to forage for some of these stuff, ground elder. So if I can make a salad with it, maybe you can do the same, maybe a vegan or vegetarian one. So I'll see what comes up. Where's the smell? It smells so fresh, and it smells very potent. When I say potent, I don't mean like potent in the way it's going to kill you because you eat it. It's just that it's so strong. It smells so rich in flavor. You know, sometimes, for example, even carrots nowadays, you're trying to smell the, if I could say, the carrotness of the carrot, but you can't smell it. It's as if it's this big, long EU standard carrot, long, tall, but you can't taste the flavor of the carrot. You cannot smell how carroty it is, but yet it looks like carrot, and it's big, and you have high expectation, but you can't taste it and you can't smell it. It's not as strong. With the ground elder and a lot of these forage stuff, because maybe they've retained their natural chemical component without it being genetically modified, it still have the ability to retain all its freshness. So that's what I'm thinking. I haven't scientifically proven it. That's just my assumption. What do you think? But as I said, yes, it smells like granula, but it's very strong. It's got this very strong flavor. So for those who aren't used to having strong flavored vegetables, this might be an acquired taste, but it would be an additional benefit to try working with it. Okay, so earlier on I was telling you to wash your vegetables before you eat them, and you probably kill me for doing this, right? Sorry. So this is the ground elder. I've just wiped it off and I forage it further in. Hopefully I stand the test of time and I survive by tomorrow. So this is it. Oh, it's talking about the ultimate freshness. So fresh. It's like, as they said, as fresh as daisy. I would say as fresh as mint, or as fresh as ground elder, or as fresh as dietitian's gem. It's just but wash your vegetables, don't follow me. Because I might not even live to make the bread. And then be like, the guy promised to make a bread, where is he? Find out he's dead because he didn't wash his vegetables. So wash your vegetables, don't follow me. But all I'm saying is, it's awesome just to get some of these products in the wilds. So here's my little container with it's just the buds, really, the late spring ground elder buds coming into fruition. Still shiny, still look very tender, but it's good at this stage if you plan to eat them raw after washing it. Yeah, very nice. I'm telling you, it's this should be enough. Yeah, this should be enough because I don't need a lot. Let's see if I could get a few more picks. There must be. I'm spoiled for choices. It's just that I was thinking of all these Queen Margaret University students. Do they ever come to Musselburgh to forage? You know, I'm sure there are many vegans at Queen Margaret University, which is just up the road, near Stonybank or in the Stonybank region. But I'm wondering how many students from Queen Margaret, especially the vegetarian and vegans, instead of depending on avocado that's imported from other countries where they use up their water table to fund and export stuff to you, when especially I know many vegans and vegetarians are into saving the planet, the reason why I become vegan and vegetarians, but on the other hand heavily depending on imported stuff like avocado. Yet here in the UK, maybe most people don't realize that ground elder is edible. It's here, it's free, it's near the university. You just walk down from Queen Margaret University down along the Innocent railway path in Musselburgh. Get yourself some wild garlic, wild leek when it's in season. But I don't know if you get that, you know. And it's one thing many vegans and vegetarians talking about saving the planet and cut down on eating meat, yet they are depending on lots of imported stuff that's not native to the UK. So the planet is still being damaged because people are not making use of natural edible stuff, or maybe people just don't know. So I'm not going to judge, but I'm just saying, for many students, hopefully in the next school year, if you're around, nip down during season. Queen Margaret University students, pop down and along the Innocent railway path. No, the Inveresk. What am I talking about? The Inveresk. I think I'm wrong again. The Esk River. It is the Esk River. What am I talking about? It's the Esk River the Esk River path here in Musselburgh, right along the Esk River. And because it's mid-May, you'll find these little gems. Use it to make salad, so you can cut down on imported stuff and use locally fresh seasonal produce. Except you have to work to get it, because you have to harvest it yourself. But it's exercise and it's a good day out. And the nettle is, oh, the nettle, look at that. The nettle is telling me it's time to wrap up. I'm embarrassed. I just got chant. Okay, so I've got my little container. With ground elder. So for people in Musselburgh, but also university students, you can use this to make salad, you know. You don't always have to be eating avocado. Maybe you can use this to make juice. You could tell me what you experiment with it and, you know, post it online and let me know what new recipes you come up with. But this is organic. It's locally sourced. You just walk down from the university, which is like a few minutes away from here. And you don't damage the environment. It's everywhere at this stage. It's right along the Esk River path in Musselburgh. Did I say Inverleaf? No. The River Esk path, right? So make use of these nice seasonal products. And as I said, I'll find something to do with this. So it's good that I stumbled upon it. So, yep. This is another organic product to go down in memory as the little gem or the dietitian gem. Sorry, dietitians, getting you involved in all this. Don't kill me.